Oh,
it worked.
Are we going?
Yep.
Oh, hello. We decided to do a video tonight because we wanted to give everybody an update of what happened the other night on the special session school board meeting that lasted 40 minutes. None of us were allowed to comment. They just did all the speaking. And the curriculum director was on there, and they explained, they broke everything down about each book that we've been trying to appeal. So there was 4 books altogether. And let me give you a quick ending, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. They've decided the school board in Walla Walla School District have decided to back the school committee made up of all school employees plus 2 or 3 students have decided to keep all 4 books on the shelves in the Walla Walla Public School District. So they broke down each book. And we're going to give you a quick synopsis of some of the things that they were talking about and what made them decide this. So first of all, during each book, they broke it down per each book. What we found quite interesting is they said that they looked up the definition of pornography. Each book, they looked it up. It's the same definition on each book, but they repeated themselves. Excite sexually. They could not find any pornography with that definition on each one of the books that we were trying to appeal.
I don't know exactly where they got this definition because the definition of pornography is actually a larger definition than that. So.
But that's what they chose to tell us on this video for each book. So apparently genderqueer with the guy getting a blowjob was not exciting sexually.
Because that was not the author's intent. I'm not sure if that's what we need to focus on when dealing with our children, because it doesn't really matter what the author's intent was. What matters is how our child is going to consume that information.
That is correct. They also, we found very interesting, was that they talked about going to Amazon and Goodreads for reviews statistically. And they kept mentioning Amazon. It got 4 out of 5 stars, like 78%. Wow. Is that how we're going to review books? Is by going online and looking at Amazon or Goodreads and looking what everybody else has to say? Because here's the clitcher. One of the school board members asked the curriculum director, well, now, did they have to read each one of these books? No, apparently the committee did not have to read the books. Now, there was no breakdown of who read the books or who didn't read the books. There was no breakdown of what committee member A had to say about it. If they voted yes or no for the book, there was nothing for anybody to see. It was strictly the committee review curriculum directors telling us everything. That was quite the shock in itself also. Let's see. I was just going to go through here real quick. When they were done, after we listened to each of the book reviews, one of the school board members said, I do not have anything to say about the books, but I would like to make a statement. He did talk about the books. Oh, he did?
He talked about all the books because he read all of the books.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He read all the books.
But let me tell you, I tried to get a transcript of this meeting. I tried to get an audio of this meeting. Oh, I'm sorry. The school board does not have to yet record these for the public. So if you did not get a chance to listen in, and a lot of people couldn't log on for some reason, then you missed the whole meeting, and now you just have to hear what we have to say. And so without having the exact wording of what this school board members say, I was trying to take notes. So you're just going to get an ad lib. Gosh, I hope I don't get it wrong, but I have nothing to compare it to. So he basically said, after he did say that he read each of the books and he thought they were all okay, that he goes, for those of you that are listening to this, there is a small portion of our community that are doing these attacks on these books. Please go up to them and tell them to reconsider what they are doing. That we've gone too far and that we are harming the children.
And we need to stop.
And we need to stop. That is exactly what he said. Well, first of all, I have something to say about that. We have never harmed anybody. We are parents and grandparents that are trying to get sexually explicit, foul-mouthed books out of the school libraries. Not anywhere else, just in our school libraries where our kids have access. And we are not a small portion of the community. There's actually a large portion. There's a lot of teachers and administrators in this school district that have contacted us that say, keep up the good work. So they're not coming out in the public because they don't want to lose their jobs and everything else, and we get that. And they're rallying behind us. So it's not just a small portion of the community. There's a lot of people. And I was a little irritated, to say the least, that this is what they decided to do.
Yeah, I think that board members telling community members that they need to stop sharing with the school district how they're feeling and how they're hoping to improve the school district is not the best move for them. In fact, the way he did it, I felt bullied, and I would think that many parents might feel that way if they were gone after in the way that we were gone after in this meeting. And
let me just say one
yes.
thing. It just popped into my head.
Yes.
I remember him also saying that we need to change the criteria because they've spent so much time just looking into these 4 books that they need to change the criteria so that they don't waste all of their time with every person turning in books that they're not happy about. So my question is, I'm sorry, then don't put books like that in the library. Or 2, that's part of the procedure. This is called procedure. We are the parents. We are the grandparents. We can have a say in what's bad for our kids and what's good for our kids. Do not block us out, period. Do not block us out.
And I think if the school board knew how many people have reached out to us regarding this, they would no longer see us as this small minority. We have had a ton of people reach out to us either via email, on Facebook, in person, in the grocery store. It will be interesting to see what happens.
We've also had people from other school districts in the surrounding area all over the state contacting us and saying that because of what they're hearing that's going on over here, they've gone to their school libraries and they have been informed that they will not have those books in those libraries because of what's happening in Walla Walla. So the reach is far and wide, and it's not over. But the good, exciting news is that we just found out today that Tuesday's school board meeting is going to be in person.
Yes. So we just learned of that today. So before that school board meeting, we will be having a prayer meeting at 4:45 in the parking lot of where the school board meeting is on Park Street by the YMCA. We had one last month. It was extremely powerful. It was well attended, and I'm expecting that to grow. I want to encourage you that if you feel like you are not being heard as a parent, or you have massive concerns, or if you're being told that you need to stop, I would encourage you to come to this next school board meeting. I would like you to consider speaking. You do have to sign up when you get there to speak. I'm happy to walk you through that process. It's not hard. you have 3 minutes to speak, and that actually is more time than you think sometimes, and sometimes it's not, and you have a lot to say. So, but reach out if you have any questions about that. I know many people want to speak. I know it's hard to get there. Schedules are hard, but we really need to make this a priority in our community. So get there a little bit early, especially if you want to speak, and especially if you want to find a spot to sit. And I think the importance of this next meeting is showing the Walla School Board that we have more than just 20 people, this small fringe situation happening here. We need to show them that there are a lot of really concerned stakeholders in Walla Walla, whether that's you're a grandparent, a landowner, a parent, a concerned community member, you all count. And so just remember that. I believe, that it's vital that we are taking the next steps to support the youth in education, because I don't believe that's what we're focusing on right now.
So to reiterate, they have not taken these books off the shelf. They are going to remain on the shelf. And how many years is it before you can actually appeal? 3 years? Okay, you cannot appeal these books anymore for 3 years. That's a crazy rule, but there you go.
Yeah.
So 3 years, those books will be on the shelf. If that ticks you off, if you feel like you haven't been heard, you need to show up to this school board meeting. You need to be there and voice your opinion.
Or if there's other issues, we've heard from some other parents regarding other issues that we haven't had a chance to talk about. Please come, please share that information, because guaranteed, you are not the only parent out there that feels that way. Guaranteed.
We're getting emails from about all sorts of stuff. The masks, obviously. How they eat lunch, obviously, with the little divider things. How they get in trouble if they pull their mask down. I mean, there's just a ton of things out there that's going on. And so, yes, please show up Tuesday. First the prayer vigil before, and then to come in. And if you don't want to talk, but you still want to attend, great.
Please come. Please come. Yeah.
Yes.
So please consider your role moving forward, whether that means speaking, whether that means just coming and showing the numbers and support for fellow parents and community members. But we do need warriors on the front lines to battle for this next generation, because they are worth battling for. I believe the Lord is calling us to a place of action and being present in our community. So we are in this together. We have to do this together. We need each other and our community now more than ever. So we will see everybody at the prayer meeting at 4:45 on Tuesday, the 15th. Thanks.
Yes.